Making the most out of your summer. Life hacks to improve your mindset, make you happier and more successful. I think all of us want all of that. A lot of times adults don't really think of summer differently than any other time of the year because, we're in our routine, and our routine isn't like a school year where we start in August and we end in May, or whatever the school year is for you. We keep going. And so we're wasting this incredible opportunity. The summer is actually a very, very magical time full of growth and opportunity for us to change our mindsets and really shift things to fuel us the rest of the year. So over the next 2 to 3 months, you could totally change your mindset so that you have a new, healthier and happier way of life moving forward. Does that sound good to you? Sounds good to me. That's what we're doing today. But before we get to all that, check and see if you're a subscriber, and if not, click that subscribe button and the little bell so that you'll get notifications when we drop videos like this, so that you'll have a happier life with a lot more fun in it. I'll be right back.
GILD Coaching. More success, less stress.
I'm really excited about this topic today, so if I seem just like a little bit more hyper than normally, I'm just really excited about this because this is such a fun way to use this time of year with all the different things that are going on to really reshape our mindset. And when we reshape our mindset, that sounds all boring and clinical, but it's really fun because it can make you a happier and healthier person in the long run. So I'm going to give you 6 fun ways that you can make the most out of your summer, little life hacks to change your mindset for more happiness, love, and fulfillment in the long run. First of all, you can turn into a tourist in your own town. Most people live in places that other people like to visit for different reasons, but the people who live there don't go out and experience the things that the tourists do. So just turn off everything, kind of staycation, but don't stay in your home. Go out and enjoy things that the tourists would enjoy in your area. And if you say, oh, I live in a little small town, just imagine somebody is in your little small town for one day, and they would come up to you and they would say, hey, I'm going to be in your town for one day. What should I do? What restaurant should I go to? Are there any museums? Is there something funky that doesn't exist anywhere else that I could go see? Be a tourist. Act like you don't know. Google your town, things to do in your town name, and go out and be a tourist. This can change your perspective on everything, especially if your town is a little stale, if you're a little tired of it. This can show you, you know what? My perspective of this town isn't all that it offers, and it helps to open your mind. Number 2, this one may seem silly and it's very, very simple, but it is a beautiful mindfulness exercise. Please go fly a kite in a field, at a park, just anywhere without power lines. Go fly a kite. It's actually sometimes frustrating if you can't get the wind right, but it's actually kind of a magical experience. And when you're watching that kite up there in the sky, it's very calming. That's where the mindfulness comes in. Flying a kite is a simple activity that people of all ages can enjoy. And you can, if you get good at it, I have a friend who's very good at it and can make his kite do all sorts of tricks. If you get good at it, it can actually be kind of a fun hobby. All right, number 3, and this can happen anywhere, anytime, anybody can do this. Doesn't matter where you live. Take a mindful walk. There's a video here on our on GILD Coaching's YouTube channel that is about mindful walking. You can go search for that if you want, but I'll just explain it to you really quickly. Mindful walking means you leave the phone at home. This is my phone. You leave the phone at home, you take out the earbuds, you go on a walk, and you're not like necessarily huffing it for exercise or whatever, but you go on a walk with the intention of noticing things. I sometimes do mindful walks. I'll take my dogs along and I'll notice the way that they react to different things. It's really funny if you just kind of take a step back and notice things that you wouldn't otherwise notice. Mindful walking is really phenomenal. It's listening to the sounds around you. It's breathing the air. It's feeling the wind on your skin. It's feeling the warmth of the sun on your face, or the coldness of the raindrops on your face. I actually like sometimes walking in the rain because it's just a different experience. Okay. Number 4. Now, this will work whether you have access to the beach or not, because I have a solution, but building a sandcastle, getting in and doing this little kid activity that normally we don't do as adults. It's so fun, and it doesn't have to be an award-winning sandcastle. If it looks like mine, you'll be like, oh, that poor kid has no talent. They don't know how to make a sandcastle. Build a sandcastle. If you don't have sand for a sandcastle, you can either, here are your two non-beach options. You can either go get some kinetic sand. You can get it at Walmart or Target or the hobby stores. It's sand that comes in a little sandbox that you can play with in your own home. You can make little shapes with it, maybe not a whole castle, but that's also very, very pleasing. It's a mindful activity. And if that doesn't sound good to you, or you don't want the expense of going to buy the kinetic sand, get outside and get in the dirt. Garden. Do something that your hands are getting a little dirty and that you're moving things around. That really, really helps you. It helps you to relax. It lowers your stress. And with lower stress, your mind starts to open and be more receptive to the beauty in the world. You start to be a more positive person, a more grateful person. And it's this wonderful spiral, upward spiral, that takes you to a much higher vibe. Okay, in the summer, the weather is different. And if you're like me, you have major allergies and you've got to, medicate and do other things like that to make sure that you can be outside without being totally miserable. So do that. But look and see what outdoor events exist that don't exist during the other times of year. Entering these things into your existence is a pattern interrupt. And I've talked about pattern interrupts before. We need pattern interrupts so that we don't get stuck in a rut. So look for outdoor concerts. Look for outdoor sporting events. Look for outdoor anything. And if there isn't somebody with outdoor something, you create an outdoor something. Have a barbecue. Invite people over. If you don't have a home where you can have people over, ask a friend to have people over and you help cook for the barbecue. Do something that's outside. Be in nature. And number 6, this one, oh, I love all of these. I don't know which one's my favorite, but this one's very cool. And this one you can actually do any time of year, but I like doing it in the warm weather because I like warm weather. Become a photographer. And I'm not saying you have to become a photographer, but take your camera out. And if you have one of these, everybody has a pretty good camera these days. Go photograph anything. I was just talking to a client of mine, and she said that she just decided to take a 10-15 minute break the other day. And she went outside with her iPhone and took a couple pictures. She was looking, she was like, I just want to see something beautiful. And she noticed this patch of clover, and there were dandelions and other flowers. She's like, that's really pretty. And so she kind of got down on the ground and got a different perspective of it and took this phenomenal picture that showed kind of the horizon, and it was right at where the sun was almost going to set. And so the sun's in the back of the picture. And she said it was just with her iPhone. And she said she looked at it and was like, gosh, that's really pretty. And then she posted it on her social media. She shared that beauty with other people. Go take pictures. It forces you to slow down and look at the world in a different way so that you have a new perspective on seeing the beauty. And when you have a new perspective on seeing the beauty, you are lower stress, you are higher fulfillment, you are a happier person, and people with higher fulfillment and more happiness are more successful. They're more fun to be around, and they have more inner peace. And that's really what all this is about feeling at home in our own bones and being whole versions and the best versions of ourselves. If this has given you any good ideas on how to hack your summer to make the most out of your mindset, then give me a thumbs up. And if you didn't already, subscribe to this channel by clicking that subscribe button and the bell so that you get notifications when we drop videos like this to bring more fun, more relaxation, and less stress into your beautiful life. I'll see you next time.